guys, in this video I'm going to be giving you some tips and tricks for the Megaminx. I'm going to be going through a solve and then just giving you, it's not going to be a walkthrough solve, it's going to be more of, going through how you can practice each of the steps. Yeah, I'm just going to tell you guys what I did to improve, and hopefully it'll help you improve. Alright, so when it comes to the star, not gonna lie, star is probably my weakest point, but, the ways you can practice it is, practice it like you do the cross on 3x3. Alright, now obviously the cross on 3x3 is much easier because there's only 6 faces and 4 pieces you need to find. That's it. So it makes it a lot easier to plan out. But on the Megaminx, there's 12 faces and 5 pieces you need to find, so it makes it much more challenging. But you can still apply the same practice techniques in that you try to find all the pieces, or as many as you can, and try to solve them blindfolded, or without thinking. So take this scramble, for instance. I can see 3 of the pieces here, and then if I look around, I see these 2 here. Now, how can I plan this out? Well, I can see that if I do U prime, it's going to move this piece here, and then I can move it here, and then I can move this in here, and they'll be set up to go right into place. So I know that much. And then I can look, okay, I see this piece here. I can move it over after I'm done that. And also, as I'm solving these 2, this piece is also going to move. And then I just have this yellow piece over here. So right now I'm going to try to solve this without looking. Alright, so my solution. And then, well, I forgot what the yellow one was. But basically I was able to solve all that with planning it out. Now obviously I took way too much time to do that, but that's the point of practice, because even if it, say, takes you 2 minutes to plan out your entire star, don't worry, because you will improve. So you want to do untimed solves where you take as much inspection time as you need, or even in regular solves. I really don't have an issue with people that take a little bit of extra time in unofficial solves, because that's the thing, it's practice. So yeah, use the same practice techniques that you would for the cross on 3x3, which is try to plan it all out and see if you can do it blindfolded. That's basically all the tips I have for the star. Now for F2L, probably the most important thing is look ahead. So what you want to do is, as you're solving pieces, you want to turn relatively slowly, not super slowly, but relatively slowly, so you can actually see what's going on. As in, I can see these 2 pieces, and as I'm solving them, okay, I can see these 2. Obviously the case won't be as easy as this, so let me go ahead and solve this, and then as I'm solving this one, I see this piece, and then I want to look around. Where's the other one? Here it is. Then I see these 2. So you just want to track, and I can go right over to those 2 and start solving them. And now I know I need the red-green, because that's the only pair left. Here's one, and here's the other. So yeah, in F2L, look ahead is definitely the most important thing. So as you're solving, try to look ahead. Turn relatively slowly, but not super slowly. As in, when you're turning, you don't need to turn like this, but you don't want to spam TPS either. Just relatively slowly. Like, this is, I'd say that's relatively slowly, or maybe a little faster. It's just whatever your brain can handle and still track pieces. Alright, now for the S2L. Definitely use the same solving order each time. I've seen some people where they will use a different solving order, which I think it's like being color neutral on 3x3. If you start off doing it, then it's effective, but if you try to switch to it, it's very challenging. So try to start off, or try to do one solving order each time, because you'll know what pieces you need to find. Like for me, I always solve the red, and then I continue to the green, and then the purple, and then, yeah. So, for me, alright, so, for the S2L, I think probably one of the most important things is block building and spamming TPS. So, take this for instance. I can build this into a block, because the other piece is right over here. So, what I can do is, I can move this up, and put this here, instead of just, you know, like putting that into place, and then having to insert this pair. Building the block is much more efficient. So you want to do stuff like that, and you also want to try to solve ahead, or I like solving ahead. So say, let me set something up. Alright, say in a solve, I see this. I see this green piece is like right here, and I see this green pair right here. Now, I could just continue to solve like that, but instead what I'd probably do is, if I notice these, which I usually notice stuff like this, is I'd solve that, and then just go and put this in place. And then I continue solving this. And then solve this. And again, let's just say, this was already solved. Like, I got something like this. Rather than trying to solve this green pair, is I'd solve this. Because it does save time if you're not going out of your way to solve ahead. Like, take this case, for instance. I see this piece here, and I see this pair. Rather than just taking this out and solving it, instead what I can do is solve these two. And then I can solve this. I like doing stuff like that. Once you get to around this point, I think that it is really important to turn quickly, because there's only 3 faces for you to look at, so look ahead should be much easier since there's only, that's just it, 3 places to look. So, like, in this point, I recommend just trying to turn really quickly, or trying to do solves where you turn super quickly, because I think it helps, or it helps me personally, so I don't know, that's just what I recommend. Alright, so other simple things you can do in S2L is take something like this, for instance. This is really common stuff. You might get a pair that's solved incorrectly in the right spot, and then the piece might be around here. Now, you could insert it this way, or you could, do something like this, but instead, you could just do something, to make this an easy case, is you could just move this out of the way, and then move this one spot down, and then, wait, no, I messed it up, instead you can move it like this, and then you bring it over, and then you got a really easy case. So yeah, I'll show you that again. Alright, so say you get something like this, let's just move this out of the way, move this 2 times, because then you get a really easy case. That's just what I recommend. If the pair is, in the spot, but not inserted correctly, but if it's already, solved correctly, then you can just simply insert like that. But yeah, you gotta think about stuff like that. I don't know, just, you want to try to figure out stuff like that, do on-time solves, and just play around with ways you can solve stuff. Or say you see something like this, which that's really good, is just move it out of the way, and then try to solve whatever around here. That's what I recommend doing. So yeah, if you get something like this in a solve, put it into place, and then try to solve whatever in the gaps, that way you don't have to mess it up. I don't know, so yeah, again, try to spam TPS and block build. Alright, now on to last layer. The last layer, what I recommend you learn is the 4-look last layer Simon Leslin teaches, which consists of edge orientation, corner orientation, edge permutation, and then corner permutation. Definitely learn that. It's definitely worth learning if you're gonna get serious about Megaminx, or even not even serious, but just, it just helps. Learn it. There will be links to that in the description. And other things for last layer, do last slot plus last layer practice. That helps. So if you like look on QQ timer, I'll have one of those scrambles on the screen now. Alright, so for the last slot plus last layer, there are 2 ways I recommend you should practice. One where you use inspection time, and the other one you don't. Alright, so basically, when you use inspection time, what I recommend you doing is trying to figure out as far ahead into the last layer as you can. Now, this is pretty tricky since it's Megaminx, but yeah, so basically for this, what I'd see in this is I need to insert this, so I can just go right into the insertion, inserting it, but I want to see what do I want to do. I want to insert it with, the sledgehammer, like that, or Yeah, like that or like that, since there's two ways to insert. So probably in this, I'll do the sledgehammer insert, and then I think I'll get like a little L case, like something like that. I don't know, let's see. And I was way off. I got a dot case. But yeah, that's what the practice is for. And then what you want to do for like more realistic to actual solves is to not use any inspection at all. Yeah. Alright, so I'll try to go into this. Alright. Alright, so yeah, basically just two ways to practice that. One where you use inspection and try to see what you're gonna get, and the other one you use no inspection and just try to simulate actual solves. So yeah, that's the best way to practice last layer in my opinion. Alright, so let's just say, you're averaging maybe 110 on Megaminx, or I don't know. Let's just say you're serious about it, you know Simon's method, you know some tricks in the S2L and F2L and that kind of stuff. What can you do after that? Alright, so after that, you don't have to learn full PLL. What I do recommend you doing is learning some basic PLL cases. Now, I should have a video about this up. I don't know if it's up yet or it will be up, but yeah, it's going to be on Cubing World, and it's going to show around 20 basic cases that you should learn, because they're just easy to recognize. So yeah, definitely go learn those. It'll help because in some solves you'll be able to use a PLL, and it just helps a ton. And something I probably should have said much earlier is, yes, definitely practice. Doing solves on Megaminx does just help you improve. It just does. Alright, so that's pretty much all the stuff I can think that should help you guys out. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask. And hopefully this helps you guys improve. So that's basically it. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.